I am not having anything for breakfast this morning. As it stands now, it's already 10 to 11, and I will be leaving within the less than an hour to go over to take care of Cora. So I'm going to have my lunch over there and probably an afternoon snack if I get hungry. This is just my almond milk for the day. I measured out 14 ounces, which is about 400 mLs. If you're in the UK watching, and that is 1 point. Here I have everything that I'll be using to make my lunch for today. I'm going to have one whole wheat flax and oat bran pita, which these are the Aldi brand. It is 1 point on Weight Watchers. In the tuna, I'm going to be making a tuna salad out of this chunk light tuna in water, which I will drain and rinse with water as well to get the salt out. And that is a 0 point food. 1 tablespoon of light mayo is 1 point on plan. Back here I have some organic mixed greens with a handful of grape tomatoes. These are also 0 point foods. I'm going to have a half a cup of corn in my tuna salad, which is also a 0 point food. Suggested serving size is a half cup, and that's what I'll be having. Here I have some grapes for my salad. I'll have about 8 of those. Suggested serving is 1 cup. If I have them as a fruit, I usually have a cup. But today I'm just having them in salad, so I put a handful. And also some delicious sweet onion, which is also 0 point. So my lunch will be 2 points, one for the mayo and one for the pita bread. And back here I have my first glass of water, which I'm working on. And of course I'm having my coffee because I can't live without my coffee. So I'll show you everything when I plate it. And here's my lunch all plated up and ready to enjoy. I will add that I put 1 tablespoon of pickle relish into the tuna fish, and that is an extra point, which I did not account for when I originally showed you what I was eating for lunch. And so that does it for my lunch, and I'm going to go enjoy it now. Okay, here's my dinner for tonight. I have 5 ounces of Japanese sweet potato roasted off and seasoned with that maple garlic seasoning that I love. I have 2 of the Gordon air fried fish fillets. They're 190 calories and 5 points for that serving. The sweet potato is 3 points for the 5 ounces. The broccoli is a 0 point food. Pardon me, I keep on getting stuck on that with the 0 point and the 0 count. 0 point food. Over that I have a tablespoon of the sesame teriyaki from GU's for 5 calories, and that's not it's also 0 point. And then I have some sugar-free ketchup of GU's also, and that is a tablespoon for 5 calories and 0 points. My tartar sauce is 2 points, and so this meal comes out to 10 points. 3 for the potatoes, 5 for the fish, 2 for the tartar sauce equals 10. I'm going to go enjoy my dinner now. Well, hello there, my friends. I hope that you're all doing well. Yesterday was day 2. I'm coming to you on Friday morning to speak about yesterday's day of eating, as I normally do. Yesterday's day went really well for me. As you can see, what's the one thing that some of these things look like the others and one of these things just doesn't belong? Remember that song? I don't remember if that was from Sesame Street. But it was like a kid's activity. So if you look at my food for yesterday, which one do you think didn't belong? I will tell you in case you don't know already. You probably said to yourself, why is she eating this? That doesn't even look like enough food. And guess what? It wasn't enough food. The fish. But I'm glad that I did it in a sense so that I could have something to discuss with you that may be relevant to you in your life, in your eating life, I should say. Perfect case in point. I ate those 2 pieces of fish. They shrunk seriously in the air fryer. And did they taste good? Yeah. But maybe like I would have needed to eat 6 pieces, which would have been what? 600 calories? 600, 6 less 30, 200, 570 calories for that, when I could eat a delicious piece of codfish or salmon, and I could maybe sprinkle a little bit of breadcrumb on top that I could even make from my multi-grain bread if I wanted to get really serious about the points or the sins if I were on SlimmerRoe, right? Why would I have eaten that? Because truth be told, I couldn't think of what to eat. I got home at well after 7 o'clock last night because I went to do some of what you'll see in my food haul for this week. I had to make a pit stop. So by the time I came in, I really wasn't thinking of all these different things I had. I didn't want to have the chicken again, even though I do enjoy it, and I probably should have. I did also look at my sausages that I had picked up, my alfresco sausage, and the two that I picked up are high in points. But again, if I had had two, it would have been 10 points. And then I wouldn't have the tartar sauce. So that would have been taken away 2 points. I had a 10-point dinner anyway. And I had the points left. I ended my day on 5 points. So I could have easily had something that was better for me and filled me up more. And that brings me to last night. I did have all of my snacks and I was good with that. I'm still good with that. I think I make good choices having certain things in the house. I already mentioned about having those things, the rice cakes and those Magic Pops in place of chips because they're a healthier crunch for me anyway, provided that you enjoy them. Again, enjoy is a very big word, very, very big and important word. When we are eating, we must enjoy. Trying to substitute one thing for another that you're not enjoying and then you're going to end up eating the other thing anyway is really not a good idea. Because I have done that in the past where I've had this and okay, this will satisfy me and that'll satisfy me in place of what I really, really wanted. I would have just been better off in many cases just having what I really wanted, getting it over with and moving on, as opposed to eating all these extra things and then ending up eating the thing that I really wanted in the first place. So now I've eaten all these extra calories and that thing, whatever it may be, a piece of cake, a pack of cookies, whatever, right? That happened to me a few nights ago, the night before I decided to go back on WW. If you remember, if you watched the video of that night, I had come home from work, it was 10 o'clock, and I ate the leftovers of my dinner that I was starting to eat at 4 o'clock that day. And I was full. But guess what? I didn't take out my rice pudding. I didn't take out yogurt. I took out whatever I took out. And I ended up just eating aimlessly, disassociating from the food that I was actually eating in front of the TV. Now, how does that make any sense? Because I was feeling deprived. I didn't even have anything in my mind. Because truth be told, I have in my freezer Nutrisystem desserts, which are lower in sins than other desserts if you're going to have something that's prepackaged and store-bought, and lower in points on Weight Watchers. I think I have cupcakes that are like 5 points, lemon cake. That's not a lot of points for a dessert. And they're portioned, controlled. They do contain extra fiber and protein because Nutrisystem is very good at adding in protein and fiber where you wouldn't expect it. So it is definitely a better option than having just like some random prepackaged cake from the supermarket or whatever, or the gas station in some cases. So yeah, yesterday was a good day and I'm looking equally forward to today and having a good day of eating. Today is going to be a bit of an experiment because I am working tonight and I am not sure. I'll let you know in advance because I won't be videoing today. But I will let you know in the next video after, or I should say the next what I eat in a day video. I will let you know how my day went. Definitely let you know. I'm thinking of doing a pure protein bar. Those are 5 points. I have shakes, which are anywhere between 3 and 5 points that I could take with me. I could keep a shake at my register. That's what I was doing last summer when I was at BJ's, and that was keeping me, those shakes, especially the Nutrisystem shakes, they keep me very full. So that when I come home, I can then sit down and maybe I'll prepare a rice pudding and yogurt type thing, which on Weight Watchers is probably going to be 3 to 5 points, something like that. So we'll see how it goes. Again, maybe I'll take pictures. I don't know. I'm not going to put pressure on myself on my first work day on WW because that tends to get me to go off plan. When I get very stressed, I end up doing the stress eating thing. So That's it. I still carried over 4 points. For those of you who are not familiar, on WW, I get 23 points a day to use as I wish. Hopefully, using it as part of my meals, as opposed to eating a meal that is point free and then just eating crap with those points. Because for me, that will never work because I don't have enough weight to lose, and I'm a slow loser, and I have low thyroid. So that's not an option for me. Now, if I had 150 pounds to lose, I could probably do that and lose weight very nicely, at least for a period of time. But the mission is always to try to use, for instance, points for olive oil, points for avocado, just as two examples, but to have it that the points are incorporated into the meal. Potatoes, rice, macaroni, right? That way. They never encourage you not to use real sugar if you're making something with sugar in it. They are not all about that. That is something that happens when people want to play the points game because it's kind of like a wheel. You could dial it up and down and see where you can use the least amount of points for that particular food that you're going to have. Like, for instance, I could dial up a cup of unsweetened almond milk to 12 ounces. And pardon me, I made an error. I said 14 ounces. It's not 14 ounces for 1 point. It is 12 ounces. And that is less than 400 mils. I think 14 ounces is closer to 400 mils. I made that error when I did track it properly, but I just didn't say it properly. Anyway, so you could dial that back to a cup because historically, I've always only tracked a cup. Never even played with the dial to see how far up it could go. Now, am I having 12 ounces every day? 12 ounces isn't even 50 calories of that particular milk that I have. So if I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. But at least I know I can go to 12. Now, should I deliberately go to 12 and count it only as 1 point when I know that 13 is going to bring it to 2? You see what I'm saying? So I think in the long run, in my case, I would be only cheating myself on the scale in the end of it. Because, as I said, my calories, and yes, there are calories in the food we eat on WW, we just don't talk about them. But I know, and you know, that there are calories in everything that we eat. So if I'm dialing back and 10 calories here, 20 calories there, and at the end of the day, I'm eating an extra 200 calories, well, there you go. You know, in my case, that's going to affect my scale when I go to get weighed. So I'm just trying to be mindful. I am going to let you know this. I am turning myself over to WW. Now, what does that mean for me? That means that I am not going to count 1 calorie. I'm not going to track calories. Historically, I've always done both, and I'm not doing that. I think I'm going to experiment. I'm not going to commit to this in stone, but I am no longer going to weigh every day. I'm going to wait to get on that scale, and I'm going to see what that feels like because I've never done that before. Never, ever. And I'm going to see what the scale says. The last time I did that was back in 1993 when I was doing Inches Away. Inches Away was a program where you would exercise on these machines where the machines were doing it for you, basically. It was a circuit, kind of like that other little ladies' gym that, what is it? I don't remember what it's called. I'll put it in here. I'll look it up. Kind of sort of like this. But it also incorporated an eating plan, which is probably back then a very low fat, because that's in the era of low fat, I think, when I was doing that. And it was really cool because you'd go there every morning. I'd go there at 5:30 a.m. because my children's dad worked midnight shift. And no, actually, then he wasn't. He was working 6 to 2 or something like that. So I had to make sure I went while he was still at home, not to leave the children alone. So that's the reason I went at that hour. And I would do my circuit. It took like 20 minutes. And once a week you get weighed. And they did sell like these little cup of soup type things. They didn't really have a lot of food or anything. But yeah, that's the last time I weighed once a week. And I had somebody weigh me and measure me every single week. That's how that went. That's a long time ago. So this is it, kids. Are you going to take the ride with me and see how I do? I hope you do. And I did post this morning in community page about the Zoom. However, I am having reservations about just putting a Zoom link there. What I could do is weekly put a reminder there that, hey, like maybe on Sunday in the morning, put a reminder tomorrow's at this time. Look in your email for the link, because I don't think it's a good idea to put the link to where the entire world could click in and be in the room with us. I'm really very leery of that. This is a private group. It should stay that way for us. It doesn't mean that anybody that watches my videos can't be part of it. Of course you can. But at least that way we all know who you are, or at least I know who you are before I send you the link, because you have to email me, and I would ask you I would expect that you would give me your name in the email so that I know that you're somebody that's a subscriber. Because I doubt that people who are going to want to join in are not already commenting on my videos. They may start commenting because they know about it, which is great and fine, because they'll be letting me know they're interested. But I would expect that if they're watching my videos, they're going to let me know that in an email if they haven't commented. Does that make sense? So I don't want to compromise our privacy, and I don't want trolls getting in there. Trolls will eventually show up. It happens to everyone, and a Zoom is not a place to have trolls. If you're doing a podcast, after a while, people do get trolls. I don't know why people want to be a troll. I say get a life. You think you're bringing misery to others, they just get rid of you. You show up. I heard a friend of mine, I'm not going to say who it is, I heard last night watching one person's podcast that another mutual friend had a troll who sent an explicit picture of themselves, of their body parts. I'm not going to get further into it than that. You use your imagination. Okay, it was a male sending it to a female. That is absurd, but these things happen. So I don't want them to happen to us. Anyway, I'm talking to you for over 14 minutes. I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm going to ask you to do at least one thing to take care of yourself today. And I hope that you're doing many more than one things, but you have to start somewhere. The other thing I'm going to do is wish you all blessings. And I'm going to send you all hugs. If you need one for today, please take it now. If you don't, save it for a day when you do. And I'm going to thank you very much for having watched the video. You know what to do. Please like, subscribe if you haven't done it already, and share if you think someone else might benefit from watching my videos. Bye for now, kids. See you soon.